Hey, Facebook, YouTube, what's happening, baby? You're kicking it live with Brodie, that's right. It's been a while since I've been on the air, but I just been compelled to come back at you. You know, a few requests, people asking me what's been going on. So first of all, let's start off like this. We're in a new little setting. You know I always do it from the car. The STS, Studio STS is no longer. Right now, we're sitting in my other vehicle. The STS is gone. Moment of silence. We're right now in what I call the Midnight Blue. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing the Kicking It With Brodie show from. And I'm glad to have you here with me. I am glad to be back. And once again, we're going to be playing some real smooth music and coming up with some very interesting topics. Or just stuff I just want to speak on, you know, just from the top of my chest, just from the heart. I got some things I want to talk about. So today, we're going to ask a question. I threw this on my Facebook page earlier. I got it from a post that was put up in a private group I'm in called Question of the Day, where a bunch of mature individuals from my generation, you know, as young as 45, we got a few younger than that, but for the most part, the meat of the population is from 45 to about 50. And so there has been a question that was put up on the post today, and the question went a little bit like this. Is the man still the head of household? Who is the breadwinner? Who is the decision maker? You know, and I've listened to a lot of interesting and very valid comments pertaining to these questions, you know, but one thing I noticed, the majority all were in agreement of one thing. Money did play a major role. Finances. Who is bringing in the most money? Who is paying all the bills? Who has the highest income between the husband and the wife, or the man and the woman? You know, and you know, one of my comments was the roles in relationships have changed throughout the years. You know, the breadwinner, the head of household, even the gender of those roles have shifted. Women are no longer staying home taking care of the kids. In fact, women are not only still taking care of the kids, but they are also bringing in the bread. And in a lot of cases, women are actually making more than men. And we're talking about predominantly black relationships, and although this is going racially across the board in all types of races. But speaking of the black family, the black woman now is not only taking care of the kids, she's making most of the money. She's even replaced a lot of the men in some of the job and some of the industries out here where there were a job market where men dominated certain fields. Women actually have those positions. Men, we are missing in action for numbers of reasons. But getting back to answering these questions, one of the things that I did find, one of the main ingredients with that was not included in a lot of the comments, very good comments though I may say, and again, no one is wrong when it comes to what you expect the role of your mate to play in that relationship, because your impression, your interpretation, your definition of what that role is depends on what your wants and what your likes and aspirations and what the quality of life of your relationship is going to be. You can only answer that. So, you know, it was just really interesting that out of all of the comments, no one mentioned God as the head of household. No one mentioned God as the breadwinner. No one mentioned God as a decision maker. And so, you know, it had me pondering when I even look at the relationship I'm in, I look at past relationships, I can honestly tell you 90% of my relationships in the past did not work because there was no spiritual foundation, there was no God, there was no put God first and have faith in what the answer may be. So now, as a more mature man, and also, you know, I'm being around a lot of other mature men, I'm hearing now that, yes, a lot of us are having that need to understand that without a spiritual foundation, there is no relationship. I'm also hearing that from a lot of mature women who are successful, who, you know, you got to remember, we ask God for a lot. We ask God for a good man. We ask God for the right woman. We ask God for that job. And one of the things I think a lot of us take for granted is God is going to answer those prayers. Are you ready for the answer? Are you ready for what God has in store? Are you really, truly ready? Do you have the faith? Do you have the patience? Do you have the openness of what God is about to give you? So when we go back to answering those questions, who's the breadwinner, who's the head of household, who makes the decisions, God gives us options. It's up to us to make the right decision. See, I can't look at what she's not bringing, what she's not doing, what she is not bringing to the table. Her kids are getting on my nerves. Are those my kids? Are those our kids? You know, I can only look at what I bring to the table. What role do I play in this? Keep the blame and focus on me. Now, if I know I'm in a situation that I cannot live up to the expectations that requires me to have a sound relationship with someone, then I need to answer that before I even go seek her. I need to work on some things within me, you know. So, again, I don't want to go too far on this because I want to hear your feedbacks. This is Brodie. You're kicking it with Brodie, and we just keeping it real. You know, yeah, I can sound good and sound slick, but, you know, talk is talk. Can you live up to what you speak? Whatever comes out of your mouth is who you are, you know. So, guys, get used to me. I'm going to be popping in and out of your lives. I'm going to be on your page. I'm going to be jamming. I'm going to be playing some good music. So you're hanging out. You're kicking it with your man, Brodie. We're in my vehicle. This is the Midnight Blue. Like I told you earlier, Studio STS is gone. I can't take up too much time, so I got to go. But you're kicking it with your man, Brodie. Have a good day and God bless. Yeah, baby. Are you happy? Are you the breadwinner? Are you the decision maker? Are you the head of household? Is God in charge? That's what you should be asking yourself. That's who you should be asking yourself. Is God in charge? Y'all take it easy. Stay tuned. Kicking it with Brodie will be right back at you. Peace.